Hey there, welcome to Dive Bar Comedy. I'm Wild Joe,
This is GT.
and we are here with episode 29. Thank you to all our listeners, and thank you to everyone in the LA area that's been coming out to our shows.
Yeah, a lot of people are all into our shows, and they're saying how they love my shows and stuff like that. How they're enjoying GT's comedy jam. People always hitting me up. They want to come back, so that's good news. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we figured out how to sell tickets online, so you can buy tickets on Eventbrite, and you can also find the links on the GT's Comedy Jam Facebook page. We have turned this into a real jam with bands before and after the comedy show. So it's a lot of fun. Come check it out. It's only $10. You get a live show, music, about a dozen comics, and more music at the end if you want to hang out and drink, because it is a dive bar, so people are there getting drunk.
Yeah, we have a band called Modules. They do a lot of cover songs. They don't want to be known as a cover band, but that's all they play. It's cover, mostly 80s, more like Ramones, Cure, that type of music. And people relate to that, to cover songs because they know the songs, and they're something that K-Rock plays, and people love the band Modules.
Yeah, and I have friends in cover bands who make a living in LA as musicians, so I know everybody wants to be original, but if you're in a cover band, you can go around, do weddings, restaurants, and have a lot of gigs where they actually pay you, versus the people that are doing originals are never getting paid. So it's a fun time. Everybody knows the songs, like GT said, and they're getting in the groove and having a good time. Sometimes we get the drummer back up there during the comedy sets to do, the little ba-dum-bum.
Yeah, I heard in Vegas there's a huge cover band scene out there in Vegas where they make a good living in Vegas. You can make a really good living in Vegas doing cover music because that's what really Vegas caters to, a bunch of cover bands.
Well, yeah, my friend, she was making like $1,000 every weekend just singing backup in a cover band in Vegas, and they worked their way up from smaller venues to some casinos in the south side of the strip, kind of off the strip, and then they worked their way up all the way onto the strip. So, yeah, there's a lot of potential in Vegas and a lot of cities because people need entertainment, and people, restaurants and venues, they want somebody that will just get the place going, get some dancing going, and give people a good time when they go out for a night out. So yeah, we have 3 shows right now that we've scheduled so far coming up. So if you guys are listening to this in time, check us out in LA. What do we have? February 28th. What day is that?
We got February 28th at the Universal Bar and Grill. Starts 8 p.m. And we have another one March 12th at the Lotus Lounge in Hollywood. That's East Hollywood. Not East LA, East Hollywood. And then we have March 28th, which is on a Thursday night at the Liquid Zoo. We're back at the Liquid Zoo on March 28th. And that's about it right now. Schoonerville got canceled, which was supposed to be on the 23rd. And because they double booked, the guy forgot we were booked on the 23rd. He probably just forgot to pencil me in. And he ended up double booking.
No, but he said that it was actually the other way around, that he booked the other band first and then accidentally booked you.
I don't know about that. I don't believe him. But anyways, plus his situation over there at Schoonerville, he's not too cool with the landlord, so the landlord's been giving him problems, and he's probably not making enough money there. I think it's a great venue, Schoonerville, and he just has to work with the right promoters. If he works with the right promoters, he could bring people there. It's just sometimes just comedy itself doesn't draw enough people, and a lot of comics, they show up and they're just jumping from one club to the next, one club to the next. They're not really spending any money. A lot of these comics are broke. There's a bunch of like these comics are doing like 3-4 show mics a day. So and sometimes they treat regular shows as an open mic, and they're too busy hanging out outside, and they're not really listening to the comedians. They're not really buying any drinks. And what happens is the place is not making any money, and they end up closing up the place. And I've seen a lot of open mics go downhill because the micers are just doing 5 mics a night and not spending at least $3 or $5 on a drink. Just buy something, support the place. Quit doing 4 or 5 mics a night. It's not. I mean, doing 4 or 5 mics a night. I know you're serious about your comedy, but you end up not supporting the place. If you go to Cabo Wabo, you're there, Cabo Wabo. You're not buying a drink. You're just standing around outside, or you're just sitting around. You're not supporting the place. What's going to happen? Eventually, the owner of the place is going to pull the plug because they're not making any money. The bar is not making any money. Nobody's making money.
Well, it shouldn't be on the performers to be buying drinks all the time. But the problem is not only these comics are not buying themselves a drink, they don't have an audience. There's no draw. Nobody's going to see them. They don't have any fans. And so with no audience, there's not going to be anyone to buy drinks or tickets or anything else. That's why it is nice to have bands, because a lot of bands have more of a following. They have people that want to come see them. And from what I've heard, I used to book an open mic at an art gallery, and the guy that owned the place said, we can't do comedy anymore because we're just not making money from the comics. They're not bringing enough people. And the bands, it's a big hassle with all the gear on and off the stage. So their top earners, the people that brought the most people, he said, were singer-songwriters. Just one person with a guitar, and people like listening to it. It's nice, mellow background music. It's showing somebody's talent without all the bells and whistles. And they had more of an audience, and the people would just sit around like sophisticated type fans that would sit around drinking wine or just sipping on their drinks, and they would get more than one drink. They weren't just there doing the minimum, getting like, oh, I have to buy a drink. Okay, fine, I'll buy one drink. They're sitting there all night, they're drinking, and they're hanging out listening to singer-songwriters.
Yeah, that's the main reason I started booking bands as well. So I put a band in the beginning of the show and then another band at the end of the show, so it could actually create a capsule where we got people showing up for the first band, and then they stick around, and then we have comics going up, so now they have some audience. And then at the end, there's another band, couple of bands coming on at the end of the show. So now the comics who are going up last have some folks to more people to perform in front of. So I think that's an idea I'm working with right now. So it's somewhat working. So I see results, and people are buying drinks, and the club was happy. The club actually called me up, like Wazoo called me up. Universal Bar and Grill hit me up. They're like, hey, you want to book another show? So when a club calls you up, wants to book another show, is anxious to book another show, that means you're doing something right, Plus we're making some money at the door, and so that too is covering a lot of the flyer bills, and and I could pay the host, I could pay the podcast fees, and I could pay people, you know what I mean? When I'm making money at the door.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. So I hope everybody can mark their calendars. If you're in LA, come and check us out live. And please say hi, because we love meeting our listeners.
Hey guys, you need flooring because your floors got messed up during the last party. You need flooring because your dog urinated all over the place and it's all brown and stained and it's buckling and it's warping because of your dog. You were out doing comedy. No one was home. Well, log on to selectflooring.biz. Selectflooring.biz. B-I-Z. And hit them up. Call them up. Say, hey, what your situation is.
One more time. Are you ready for the first comedian of the night? You goddamn right. Put some love, show some love, and slap your hands together for the Gangsta Taco, Mr. GT, the Gangsta Topolio.
Thanks a lot, Mista See. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it, man. Yeah, we have a packed house here at the Universal Bar and Grill. Yeah. GT's Comedy Jam.
Attention all drinkers. Attention all drinkers. Do you like a smooth tasting vodka that goes down with no burn? How about Global Vodka, straight from Italy? Check it out. You can find it at global-vodka.com. Not only does it have a smooth, great taste, it also is gluten-free and organic for you health nuts. So try Global Vodka. You can find it at global-vodka.com, or next time you're in LA, check it out at Universal Bar and Grill.
Yeah. So I told my wife the other day, what do you think? There's a sex robot brothel opening up in D.C. What do you think about going to a sex robot brothel? She goes, that's cheating. How can that be cheating? Isn't that the same thing as you and your vibrator, you and your dildo? It's like a robot, dildo, robot, vibrator. It's not the same thing. She goes, no, that's cheating. I'm like, come on, give me a fucking break. So the other day, she found some panties in my glove compartment. I was like, she goes, whose panties are these? I'm like, how am I supposed to know whose panties those are? It's like, smell it. She goes, no, you smell it. So I took a sniff. You know what it smelled like? WD-40. Sex robot pussy. She goes, I can't believe you cheated on me, GT. I can't believe you cheated on me. How much did you pay? $200 plus $30 activation fee. Oh my God! Oh my God! That's infidelity. Infidelity? That sounds like a bank. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Infidelity. She goes, now I know where you got those blackheads on your nose. Because you've been eating that sex robot pussy. Oh my God, I got caught. Yeah. After high school, I got a job at the LA Zoo. I got a job at the LA Zoo because I got pride, people. I got LA pride. I'm from LA. It's either join the Marines, or join the LA Zoo. You know? So, I went from the recruiting office to the LA Zoo. How about that? At the LA Zoo, you know what I did? That's where I mastered, honed, and perfected my famous bird call. Some female peacock was like, you have an accent, where you from? It's like, I have an accent, come on! Do I really have an accent? Even birds be saying borderline racist things, you have an accent. Fucking horrible. I grew up in a predominantly pigeon neighborhood. Pigeons everywhere, people. I couldn't stand it. Don't you fucking hate pigeons? Fucking pigeons taking a shit on my 73 Catalina? Remember? Fucking taking a shit on my dad's windshield? Taking a shit? Fucking pigeons, man, everywhere when I was growing up. Pigeons and Armenians. In Hollywood. The fuck? Fucking pigeons, dude. You know, I want to get the fuck out of there. The reason I didn't really get the fuck out of there because of the pigeons. It got run over by progressives. They started turning everything into, they started building cafes, re-gentrifying the place. I had to get the fuck out of there. I went to Santa Monica Beach. I was basking under the sun, getting sunspots, enjoying myself, only to get surrounded by a mob of seagulls. I was like, what the fuck? They're like homeless people. The seagulls are like fucking homeless people. You give them something, they keep coming back for more. You know? I gave them some potato chips. Before I know it, they came in for the bag. They blindsided me and shit. So I was like, you gotta understand, I'm from the LA Zoo, you know, that's what, I'm from the hood, you know? You can't be fucking with me, bro. So I was like, some seagulls all like, you sound like an old crow. It's like, old crow? That sounds like a racial slur. You know what I realized? I realized that a lot of the seagulls are predominantly white. They like to sit by the ocean, you know, live by the ocean, stick with their own kind. Yeah. So coming up, our host, Mista See again. Hey, Mista See, come on up here, man. Bring up the next comedian. What? Yeah.
All right. Another round of applause for GT, the Gangsta Taco Chapalian. All right. That's what I'm talking about. You guys ready for the next comedian coming to the stage? Yeah. You right? I said, are you ready for the next comedian coming to the stage? Yeah. You goddamn right. So put your hands together and show some love for a wonderful young lady. She's bearing a child, is thick as fuck, and she's beautiful and swaggy and smart and skip bag swag type of shit. Show some love for the wonderful lady coming to the stage, Miss Wild.
The saxophone better than Bill Clinton. Look at this. We're having fun tonight. We got the band rocking out. Yeah. All right. He's right. I am pregnant right now. Same time as Meghan Markle. Yeah. I get to share something in common with her. She's her baby might inherit the throne one day. My baby might inherit nearsightedness, maybe some teenage acne, I don't know, we'll see. But, no. It's rough being pregnant, you know, they don't tell the truth. You go on these apps, and they tell you, oh, your baby is the size of a seed, your baby is the size of a pea, your baby is the size of a plum, whatever, you know, it keeps getting bigger. It's always fruits, you know. They should be more honest. Like, your baby is the size of a flea. Your baby is the size of a leech. Your baby is the size of a tapeworm. Because this thing is a parasite. It is literally living off of your body, sucking your blood. It's rough. It is rough. And to top it all off, I already have a baby. I have a baby at home. She just turned 1, like, 2 months ago.
And I know what it's like. I know what I'm getting into now. You know, having a baby is like having a dog. It wakes you up at 6 a.m. every day, chews on all the cords in the house, and takes the blame every time I fart. Yeah. No, but who would think? Who would think that 9 months of indigestion would end up being the miracle of life? This wasn't what I expected. I'll admit it. I have been having a problem with gas since I've been pregnant. But I came up with a solution. I went online, I did some research, I bought these fart filtering underwear called Shreddies. You guys can look them up yourself. I'm wearing them right now. They're like $40 for one pair, you know? So I got really comfortable in my Shreddies. Maybe too comfortable, because after a few washes, maybe they are not working as well as I thought they were. As I'm there in my day job, my cubicle typing, and my boss comes over suddenly, like, to give me some assignment right into the fart pocket. When I'm wearing my Shreddies, I'm confident. Until she suddenly offered me maternity leave. She's like, "Would you just start your maternity leave now?" I'm like, wow. Never thought I'd get that. Oh, no, it's rough. Birth, too, man. I'm gonna have to give birth again. It's one way out. There's a couple ways out, but none of them are good. You know? Last time I was pregnant, the baby was breech, which means she was upside down. She was actually born butt first. Yeah. It was a trip. It's like a vagina coming out of a vagina. Like an MC Escher painting. Yeah. And babies are, you know, the first few months, they don't even smile. There's no reward. It's completely rewardless. That's why they have to have all these cute little onesies and stuff that say, like, "I love mommy." It's like they're trying to get you, you know, to empathize with this little thing. But yeah, it was disappointing. She didn't even know who was who. Couldn't even recognize me for like months. I'd go out doing my open mics. I was fine because I knew she didn't care. Then one day, my husband calls me. He's freaking out. He's like, "The baby won't stop crying. I don't know what to do. I keep giving her the bottle. She won't stop crying." I'm like, "Aw, she misses me." So I start racing home. I almost get there. He calls me back. He's like, "Oh, it's okay. The bottle was clogged. I just poked a hole in it." No. But now she's very clingy. Now she's really clingy, so I guess that makes up for it. I can't even take a shower without breaking a baby's heart. You know, just so you guys all know, you better appreciate this show because she is waiting up for me right now. Oh boy. But she's cute. She's really adorable. Everywhere I go, people want to grab her. They say the rudest things. That they say, "I want to steal her. She's so cute. I want to steal her." I'm like, well, that is a felony, you know, kidnapping a baby. And you wouldn't be saying that if you knew how much she poops and cries. You just wouldn't. But yeah, they always a circle forms around her. I give her to one person. Next thing you know, she's across the room. I don't even know who has her. It's like bringing a bag of cocaine to a party. Never comes back in the same condition. They always hand her back when she's crying, and they say, "Why is she crying?" And I don't know. What do I have, baby ESP? You know, like take her when she's crying, hand her back when she's happy. Anyway, all right, you guys, I'm getting the light. Thank you for listening. I'm Wild Joe. You can find me at wildjoe.com. Thanks for coming out to the GT's Comedy Jam. Have fun with us, listening to music. Good vibes. We have a lot of great comics on the show tonight, so stick around and stay till the end. Alrighty. Let's go. Woohoo!
That's right. Good job. Good job. That's right. Babies make you fart if you don't know. And whatnot. Another round of applause for Miss Wild Jones. Goddamn right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey guys, you need a party tent, you need a commercial tent, you need a tent because you have no garage? Well, log on to webtentsale.com, webtentsale.com, and check out our site. This site is designed for commercial tents, party tents, and anything but camping tents. So if you need a tent because you have a party and you will need to buy it instead of renting it all the time, you're tired of throwing your money down the drain, well, go to our website, webtentsale.com, and check it out and order your tent right now.
Hey, we are here with Paul Boyd.
Hello, how are you this evening?
You sound like a robot. Is that because I sound like a robot?
I tried to go robot voice because I thought it would sound like the future. And maybe I should go back to, like, Valley voice. Like, what's up, bro? You know? I don't think that works. I think Valley voice is kind of dead, so.
There's I have my Siri set to British accent, right? Yeah. It sounds very sexy, but there's some weird thing.
It's a classic move.
Yeah, there's some weird thing that you can do. I don't know if it's touching the screen or what, but all of a sudden a robot man comes out and goes, "No speakable content may be found on this screen."
That's interesting. I'd like to actually try that out and see just to see what goes on with that. Like, hello, please, do something, whatever, you know.
Yeah, we need to get the Valley Boy, like you're saying, Valley Girl, Valley Boy Siri.
Imagine that with a driving, you gotta turn left here. You missed it. So I don't know what to do next. That wouldn't be funny because people would be getting lost, but it would be kind of that's how people used to talk back in the night, like Clueless. People used to talk like Clueless for a long time.
Yeah, and even if they didn't, they copied it.
Where did you start off comedy?
I started off actually in L.A., which is surprising for a lot of comics. I started off acting when I was a young child. Started acting when I was 10, 11 years old. I was in fun films such as The Wedding Singer. I had my line cut out of it, but it was still I did background work for it, and it was fun. In that time, I met Adam Sandler, and when I was on set meeting Adam Sandler, I was I want to do comedy. I want to do comedy for the rest of my life, and not knowing that how hard of a job it actually really is, I thought I was just gonna be able to waltz into it, and that's not the case. You gotta really work. You gotta work your ass off.
GT just waltzed into it.
Yeah, right.
Did you? Bull. You just got
You know what? A first set I did was at the Laugh Factory. What about you?
improv.
You know what?
It was my first big set, and I bombed.
That's what happens. When you're in LA, you start off in LA and you create this reputation, the guy, he's just doesn't really have a setup or a punchline,
Right.
and then they start stereotyping you as that comedian who doesn't have a setup or punchline because you're up there, you're in competition with kids from Ohio who started off there, and then from Miami, and they came here ready to hit up the major clubs, and then before you know it, you're oh, you're banned from this club, you're banned from that club, you're banned from this club, then you're known for this, for that, for this. I'm like, hold on a second. I was just back in 2008 or 2009. I was just starting out.
How long you been in the game for? How long?
I've been doing this since 2008.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's about right around where I started. I took some years off. I did some improv, did some acting, did some production work, and thought, always on the back burner, it's going to be a hobby. And then, as of recently, I'm like, as much as this is a hobby, I want to make it a living. And as hard as it is, it's hard, and it's you gotta grind it out. You really gotta grind it out.
Yeah. It can't be like once a month kind of thing. You have to do it every day.
Exactly. And I mean, we're in an okay environment in LA where you could find a show every night. You might have to travel a little bit. You have to drive from the Valley to Hollywood and vice versa, but you could find 3 gigs in one night if you really busted your ass to do it. And I respect those people who do it, because those are the guys who are gonna end up on top.
Maybe. I think a lot of it comes down to how funny you are, because I know people that are 60 years old. They've been doing it for 20 years. They're doing mics every night, and they're still not funny.
Yeah, like I went up there. I with my set, I was kind of like, I have it loosely based, but I was like, I'm just gonna have fun, because that's what this business is. And in totality, it's you got to have fun. And if you're having fun, the other people in the crowd will see you having fun, and hopefully they'll interact the correct way.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most important things. If you're having fun, they're having fun. It's not necessarily what you're saying exactly, but your general feeling and attitude is contagious.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with you.
Sometimes I'm telling jokes about shit or something disgusting, and I'm like, why aren't they laughing? And then I look back, I watch the video, and I'm like, I look totally disgusted. Why would they laugh at that? I look like totally in a horrible mood,
Yeah, that kind of blue comedy where when it's like, even though this is a visual podcast, people can't see my face, but they're always like, ew, like, what are you talking about? And then they end up start laughing a little bit, and then sometimes they get offended.
Yeah, but you also, as a comic, you can't see your own face. So if you're making a disgusted look, then the audience is just sitting there feeling sorry or disgusted.
Yeah, your vocal accolades, people look at that and be like, oh, is he having fun, or is he just trying to get that punchline out or that setup out, and they're trying to.
Yeah, I for some reason today the crowd wasn't really feeling my set. I don't know.
I could tell you why. It wasn't. No, he was first. This is what happened. It wasn't personal. All that happened was he was the very first one after the band, and everybody was just talking. They were all talking to each other, and nobody became silent and just started listening. So I don't think it was your fault personally. I think you just didn't quite. It was timing, and you didn't quite get their attention.
Yeah. The band just got off stage, and the band was just settling down. People were like, oh, what's this? Comedian talking, and it was like, yeah, that was it. I guess that's what I felt when I was on stage.
Hannibal Buress does it a lot too.
I was pushing the strongest, punchlines, but I was like, even when I went to my bird jokes, and even that was kind of slow.
I mean, you were getting some laughs, but most people were just having side conversations and talking at the same time.
I noticed that when I walked in, and I didn't think negative about it. I just thought, okay, this is gonna be a crowd I got to win over, and which is fun. I love doing that. I love trying to be like, okay, the crowd's. Especially if you go after someone who kills, you're like, all right, I got to step my game up. And that's always a tough thing to do. Go after someone who just destroys, and everyone's just like, oh, okay, I need a break. And you're like, no break. I'm ready to keep up the same tempo, because the whole show's got to stay that tempo.
Well, also, we're at a bar, and people want to talk to their friends and drink and hang out. They don't want to be silent for 2 hours straight, just listening to everybody's talking on stage.
That's why we call it Dive Bar Comedy Podcast. It's about doing comedy at a dive bar,
And I used to run.
People get loud. People talk. People play pool.
I used to run my own dive bar comedy thing way back in the day. It was one Sunday a month thing, and it was the same kind of idea where there was a pool table there. People were playing pool, and in the middle of a punchline, you hear someone break, and you're like, "Oh, right." And then people are like, "Wait, what? I didn't hear the punchline." I'm like,
Well, you're not gonna repeat it for them, but although we did get some people that were like trying to get comics to repeat punchlines because they weren't paying attention.
"Oh, okay, that's interesting."
Their own fault. If you're not paying attention, it's your own fault.
You got to pay attention. I went to the store last week, and everyone there was just zoned in on whomever was upstage, like whomever was on stage. They have to zone in because even when the cocktail waitress around there, I was like, I have to hear this. I have to hear this. And that's what I love about comedy.
You're an LA native.
Correct. I was born in San Francisco. I moved down here as a young tyke, and I am from Glendale, Locker Center area.
Are you Armenian? Do you live in Glendale?
I'm Irish, which I didn't go into my.
People always tell me, "Are you Armenian? Do you live in Glendale?" It's mostly Armenians telling me the same.
Are you Armenian? Live in Glendale? It's funny. I mean, it's not funny, but it's true. I get that a lot. I played soccer with every single person.
With Ara.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of them are my good friends, and then a lot of them are like, they get very feisty when it comes to playing soccer, and it's like, hey man, I'm still your friend. I'm not trying to disrupt you. And then the comedy scene up there, like, or I ran that one show, and it was in Glendale. It was at the Blue Moon Lounge. I just called it the Blue Moon Lounge once.
They have a stage there?
They have. It's great. They have an upstairs, and upstairs.
It's on San Fernando.
Yeah. You've probably been there then.
I should hit up that place. Maybe
Yeah, I want to. The owner, me and the owner don't get along. No, he's an old whiter gentleman. We don't get along, but when we did, he loved the fact that I had comedy shows because it brought money to the bar on a Sunday night when there was no other people coming in.
Why'd you stop promoting your comedy show?
I moved on to other things. I started working at another bar, so that really had to do with it. I wanted to try to get someone else to promote it, and they just weren't ambitious enough to do it.
You want a job done right? Do it yourself.
Exactly, 100%.
All right. Well, we're glad we had you on our show.
Thank you so much.
And
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and we want our listeners to be able to find you online.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Paul Me Maybe, Paul _ maybe with 2 E's.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's already Paul Me Maybe with 1 E taken.
No, but I just went double E, found it. I'm like, that's it. I'm going with it because it's obviously been a long time ago when I was just like, this is a great name. Everyone's all into Carly Rae Jepsen at the time. I was like, I'm sticking with it, and I have a spaulboyd@gmail, which is my booking site, but I do my own booking. So.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, Paul Boyd. Paul Boyd.
I mean, it's funny when you call me Paulie Boyd. I looked at the flyer. I was like, that's great because.
Didn't you give me that name?
It was on my It's on my Facebook.
Okay, so you don't go by that.
Yeah, no, I do. I mean, everyone calls me Paulie Boyd. Like, it's the Irish in me, so all my family, hey, Paulie, hi, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. But like, professionally, it's fine. I mean, it works. It's not like, do you go by any kind of special stage name?
I'm Wild Joe.
Wild Joe. I like that. I really like that.
Thank you. And I could do my regular name like everybody else, but I like Wild Joe.
Yeah, it works. It works. I mean, I don't know you, so I don't know how much of a Wild Joe you are, but I do dig the name.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, it was great having you on our show.
Yeah, Paul. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This has been really fun.
Hey, ladies. You want some hot deals on sexy styles? Check out everydaysweetheart.com for everyday great deals on cute and sexy outfits, clubwear, mini dresses, leggings, sexy lingerie. And guys, feel free to stop by too and find something hot for the girl of your dreams. That's everydaysweetheart.com. And for 10% off, use the friend code TAKE10. That's TAKE10. Thanks a lot.
All right, so you guys ready for your next and last comedian before a musician? We got one more coming to the stage. He's actually got a pretty good name and whatnot. You know what I mean? Slightly related to the great comedian, Mr. Shore. He's got the P for the first name. They call him Paulie in his free time. He might be Italian. He might be a gangster. He might be a troublemaker. I don't know. But you better show him some motherfucking love. Get ready. Show some love for the gentleman coming to the stage right now. Once again, you ready for this last comedian? Yeah! So show some love for Mr. Paulie Boyd.
What's up, Universal? First and foremost, boom, all those other comics, all your hosts tonight, give them a round of applause, please. We all having fun tonight? Awesome. Personally, I don't have fun. I'm in a bad mood. I don't know why, I just get in a bad mood. There's certain things that piss me off, and there's nothing I can do about it. Well, there's things I can do about it, like meditate and all that shit, but no. The thing that really bothers me right now is usually things going on called escape rooms. Has anybody ever been to an escape room? Does anybody know what an escape room is?
Yeah, I
Yes.
know. My
Okay.
coworker just went.
All right, yeah. So escape rooms, the premise is I pay $50 to get locked inside of a room and then have myself forced to get my way out by solving fucking riddles and Sudokus and all this other stuff. Like, it's supposed to be a team building exercise, but how is that a team building exercise? Like, because there's always one person, there's like always like a Meredith there. She's the one that's taking over, like, okay, Jimmy, I'm gonna need you to do this. Take that thing of jelly beans, count all of the jelly beans. Inside the mix of jelly beans is gonna be the answer to unsolve this puzzle. If you do that correctly, then John over here won't have to do 15 jumping jacks. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I thought we were just trying to get out of here. Like, now you're trying to get us to do, like, physical activities, and you're like, okay, hold on, stop. I need you over here, Karen, to watch the door. Why? I don't know. If the door opens, then we can leave. But that's not the point of the experiment. The whole point of the experiment is to solve puzzles and get your way out of there. I almost fell off the stage. Now I know the stage is going to be a little small, so I will back up just a hair. And for me personally, one of the other reasons I don't like these so-called escape rooms is because they give you anxiety. I have anxiety already. I have a hard time leaving my fucking house in the first place. Like, I'm in my house looking for my keys. Oh my God, where's my keys? Where's everything? I can't leave the house. I'm gonna be late for work. God damn it! And these people are over there like, oh my God, this is so great. We lost everything inside this little house and we can't find it. When we find it, we can leave. Hooray! Like, that shit's strictly for like white people who are like, oh, let's do this. Like, no one in the hood. I grew up in a poor black neighborhood. Poor white neighborhood. And there's nobody in that neighborhood's like, you know what? Let's try turning all our electricity off because we didn't pay the bills, and let's try to see if we can survive. No, people don't do that. This is 2019. People are trying to learn from their mistakes, and that's not the right way to do it. So, that's my beef. As obviously you guys are a little indifferent about that. I understand. Some people are like, no. I like solving puzzles. That's fine. Get the crossword out and fucking do your thing. But yeah, I get frustrated easily. One thing I don't like a lot too is I'm not a big fan of garage sales. And people are like, why? This is a comedy. This is a community where people can make money by selling their shit. Yeah, but I don't like the fact that people just take all their stuff, throw it on their front porch, and then just be like, okay, what do you like? Boom, take it. And then traffic turns out to be like a Trader Joe's fucking parking lot, and you can't get anywhere. You're just stuck. You're stuck in the street because people are getting out of their cars just so they can get that Davey Bowie record collection. And that's ridiculous. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say stop fucking parking in the middle of the street. What do you think I'm trying to say? Elaborate. help me, please, because I'm just fucking around. I'm just blabbing out of my mats right now, and I would love your help. Pardon me? Me too. Ah, you're a sweetheart. And, man, another thing I don't like, I don't want to be negative, actually. You know the thing I do like? I like unicorns. And people are like, what? Unicorns are just nice, mythical creatures that everyone enjoys. You know what? I didn't make a set, so I'm just going to come up here and bullshit. Literally, I showed up like a little bit ago. I'm not going to lie. I'm not trying to be that guy that, I could just go up here and wing it, because obviously I can't. And it's okay. This is a cool spot. I dig it. Everyone in here is having a good time. Right, everyone is having a good time, right? Except the people playing pool, they're good. So, this is the end of the night. We're closing down. Last comment going up is fun. It is. I enjoy it. I enjoy everybody here. Woo! Ow! Let's get it. I'm going to end it on this because that's all I got right now. I literally I'm not trying to say anything. This is me having fun. You know what? This is what comedy is. Comedy is about having fun. I came up here, thank you. I came up here with the idea of like, you know what? I'm going to have fun. If people don't laugh, then I don't care, because this is this is fun for me. Even though I'm like, oh fuck, they're not laughing, I'm having fun in the inside. So, God bless. You guys all have a great evening. Thank you so much, Universal, for having me up. I appreciate it. I'm gonna walk off stage.
Great job. Another round of applause for Paulie Boy. All right, that was our last comedian. Round of applause for all the comedians coming to the stage now. Round of applause for the modules. Round of applause for everybody that came through. The Universal Bar and Grill, Kelly Shanley, Logan Creoles, Katie Ryan, Vincent Molina, Alex Kruger, Tay Morano, Tom Ayers, Waterboard, Buddy Boy, Carlos Veneciano, and Deanna Dixon. Of Rod of Great Town. That's right, that's right, that's right. All right, all right, all right.
LA residents, are you tired of slippery floors? Are you afraid you might slip on your tile? Well, check out tightgripla.com. It's a local business coming out, surveying your floors, and treating it with a non-slip solution, a semi-permanent non-slip solution that will keep your floors safe, whether in the rain outdoors or indoors in the kitchen or bathroom areas that sometimes get wet and very slippery. So if you want safer floors and to not get injured while you're just walking around, check out tightgripla.com. Hey there, we are back with Dive Bar Comedy.
Yeah, we got Sarah Halstead here.
Hey, thanks again for having me. This is the second time, I think, this month, and I live 2 minutes away, and I love you guys, and I'm always happy to be here. Thanks.
And by the way, Sarah crashed this show tonight.
Did I? I guess I didn't really think it out, but yeah, I called up your band and sang really out of tune with them.
She did 2 crashes. First of all, she was booked on some other show, not even this show. And then she crashed the band and turned it into like a live band karaoke situation.
I didn't know. I got the dates mixed up. I thought it was tonight. Sorry.
It worked out. It was a lot of fun, and the band had fun, and it renewed the energy of the whole room.
Did it? Well, you know, it's so funny because these kind of rooms, I was like, well, I could just do my set, but it's not going to be successful because it just was, you know, a room that was just, you know, like it was loud. People are playing pool. They're having a good time, which is great. But I was like, my set isn't going to work. So I may as well do crowd work. And then I was like, you know, and I just, when I got up there, I thought, well, what better crowd work than to call up the band and sing with them?
Yeah, and I love that song too. Pat Benatar, Hit Me With Your Best Shot. I love that song.
Okay, honest to God, I used to know all the words. I don't know what happened, but the band carried me, so.
I noticed you did the same verse a couple of times.
I think I may have done the same verse 3 times, actually.
I started getting worried. I thought something else was happening. The band got anxious and was playing. There's a set instead of you doing comedy. So I was like, "What's going on?"
Oh, no. I invited them, and it almost transitioned into some Black Sabbath. And no, I was good, though. I ended it after 1. I was like, okay, I'm going to be respectful to GT and Wild Joe.
No, it takes a lot of balls to just sing in front of, kind of go off the cuff and just, you're obviously feeling very free. And
Thanks for being cool about it, because you could be really pissed, so thank you. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, don't sing on our comedy show.
But it was comedy because I can't sing, so it was sort of comedy, musical comedy, little bit.
It got me reminiscing of my karaoke days, and it made me want to sing.
Can we do a duet next time?
Dun, 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 dun,
Wait,
dun.
I don't know how you're doing it. You're funny. You're gorgeous. You're with child. It's just like you're everything. You're the everything woman. You were very funny tonight. You're due in 2 months. Ladies and gentlemen, you should see how she's dressed right now. You have like this beautiful dress with stiletto heels, hottie.
These are low heels for me.
Hair. I mean,
You should have seen.
and you're running this motherfucking show.
Thank you. I had to put away my slut clothes when I got pregnant. This is as close as I can get now.
Really? I moved from Miami. I had to get rid of my slut clothes too.
I mean, I still have some.
Well, we don't get rid of everything, Still gotta.
Cleaning out my closet, but I'm like, oh, can I keep some of these slut clothes? Where can I wear these transparent pants that show my whole ass? I don't know. GT, am I allowed to wear see-through pants?
As long as you don't wear it to church during. No. It was like.
We had to go to church last weekend. We did.
That's really sweet.
No, not to pray. We had to go to like a family party that they had in a church. It was horrible, and I had to sit through it, and it was not even in my language, and I couldn't understand anything, and it was boring.
I guarantee you made it interesting for everyone. And
My baby was singing. My baby was singing because she doesn't know anything about being quiet or being loud. She was just having fun singing her.
I go to church probably once a year.
Well,
only during weddings or baptism or stuff like that.
This was like over the top, like a party for no reason, and it took place in a church, and I think they combined it with their regular Sunday service. And the only good part was the choir singing, but they were off key too.
like me tonight. Well, thanks. I had such a blast tonight. Thanks so much for having me. And we played pool. The pool. Everyone needs to come to Universal. Everyone needs to come to this show. It's absolutely fantastic. GT and Wild Joe. Why do they call you Wild, by the way? Has anything to do with why you're pregnant right now?
Well, no, that was straight missionary position that got me pregnant. No, it was I love nature. I love nature. Let's just say that.
All right, she loves nature. There you go.
No, but I think, you know what? You were having fun. That makes the crowd have fun. Your fun shone through. And that's what comedy is about, and being spontaneous. Like you mentioned your age. You don't look old at all. You're beautiful. But I think the older you get, the more confident you get to just be yourself and let it all hang out.
Yeah, because you realize, what the fuck? Might as well just do whatever you want. And you just can't care. Life is too short, and unfortunately you learn that through time. So
It's very fun. It was very fun having you. Where can people find you on social media?
I'm on Sarah J. Halstead on all social media platforms, and I have a podcast called Jimmy and Sarah on the Sunset Strip, and I hope to have you both on soon.
Oh, yeah, invite us. All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Sarah. Bye-bye.
That's right. Show some love for the modules who toured up earlier, baby. That's right. Them motherfuckers got skills. And ladies, almost every last one of them play guitar, so the fingers work right. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. You want your module, talk to the modules. You know what I mean? One more round of applause for the modules. Great talent tonight. Great talent. Great talent, great talent, great talent. Also, another round of applause for the comedian who just left the stage, Mr. Alex Kruger. Goddamn right. I like his attitude. I'm a Me Too specialist myself and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell y'all what I did back in the day, but if I ever get famous, I'm going to jail too. That's all you guys need to know. But I didn't mean it. All right. So you guys ready for the next comedian coming to the stage? I said, are you ready for the next comedian coming to the stage? Yeah. That's right. Wonderful young lady coming to the stage right now. Name is pretty cool and whatnot. You know what I mean? Pretty ill. I like it. And she's not on the flyer and whatnot. Her name is kind of ill. And, you know, I've been drinking, but our first name is kind of beautiful. It got an S for the first letter, so it's real tight. You know what I mean? Real tight, real smooth, real sexy and whatnot. I don't know. I think I might fuck up her last name, right? So you know what? I'm going to stay away from it. I'm going to stay completely away from it. Because I just found it out 30 seconds ago. She's not on the flyer, and I drink a lot. So, and comedians, I don't know if you guys know anything. The one thing that you can do that makes a comedian want you dead is fuck up their goddamn name. Can I get a round of applause for that? Comedians, tell them, don't fuck up my name. Don't fuck up my name. That's right. So, to keep it simple, we got a wonderful talent coming to stage. Can you show some love for Miss Sarah? Leave the last name alone. Have a great one.
Give it up for Mista See. Mista See, not to be mistaken for Mr. M. Mr. M with the munchy mouth. His mouth goes munch, munch, munch. His mouth goes munch, munch, munch. He munches morning to midnight, midnight to morning, Mr. M. Okay, if anyone knows that song, you are an old motherfucker. Like me. I don't think anyone sing along. You sing along, sir. You? No? You? Okay, nobody. Nobody sang along to Mr. M. I am so old that when I walked in the door, I knew every lyric to every song from the set of the modules. That's how fucking old I am. Dance the night away. I'm like, dance the night away. Are the modules still here? The modules? You want to come on up here and do a little harmonization? You want to do a little hit me with your best shot? You got a little Pat Benatar? Got a little, maybe not, maybe Mr. M wasn't your thing, but I'm thinking maybe a little something else is, they just beat our ass in pool. They're multi-talented, ladies and gentlemen. The modules, let's do a little harmonization. Come on up. All right. Okay, I just want everyone to know that I am the motherfucking lead singer right now. Woo! All right, check. Check. Modules. Okay, all right, little drums, little guitar. All right, let's do this. I know you gotta know this one, right? Pat Benatar, hit me with your best shot. You got that one? Maybe a little more Van Halen.
You gotta talk to my musicians.
All right, here. Okay.
This is our show, people. Thanks for listening. Check us out every week on divebarcomedy.com.
Yep, we come out on Wednesdays at 12 a.m., which is like Tuesday night for most people. And we are all over the web. You can find us on iTunes and Spotify. So, yes, please subscribe and keep on listening.